Talk to me about what is matchmaking? How does that really happen in real life?
Matchmaking is such a complex process. So, whenever I talk with potential clients, I really have to explain to them that it's not just for me to put one profile together with another profile, but it has lots of complex process behind. I need to get to know people on a very deep level, not just like what's the age of the ideal partner, what's the religion or background of your ideal partner. I have to dig deeper in their needs and requirements because sometimes what people they think that they want is not really what they need. And that's my job. That's where I come in. Okay, so you want someone that is this certain height. Why? And I ask again, why and why and why? And then we get to the root that, okay, you don't really need a person that is a certain height. You just think that height is representing certain qualities. But those qualities can have a person that is of a different height, right? So it's also my place to show them what is really important to them, because maybe till then they were really not digging that deep into their desires rather than scratching it on a superficial level.
Interesting. I mean, yeah, forgive my ignorance, but I'm really wondering who goes for matchmaking services? Like, what kind of clientele do you have? Because the I think the base layer, the most common layer, are these applications that have existed for a decade, right? You just go, you try to find people swiping left and right, and I get it. A lot of people got bored of these, and I think even the reputation of these apps is not as good as it used to be like years ago. So, what do you
Yeah.
think differentiates a human matchmaker than an application?
So despite me also having my CRM system, which also shows me the percentage of probability, how much they could be a match to each other, I also, for instance, meet all my male clients in person. Why? Because I still believe in a personal interaction. I still believe that outside of the screens and video calls, when we meet in person, we can also study our energy and the vibe and more of the personality and a character. Therefore, when I meet them in person, we can also establish a nice, professional, transparent business relationship, which also helps me to sell my clients, male clients to my female clients, because I tell them I met this person. He's a real deal. He's a verified. He's a vouch for. This is how he's like. This is what kind of conversations we had, right? So those type of people that are signing up for matchmaking usually are very well established. They really value their time, energy, and even money. Because if in average, a man that is very busy, established with his life and work, and he can't really go on 3 dates a week in average. That's very time consuming. So that's the moment when they really decide to sign up to work with a matchmaker, because we're gonna do all that really messy work on their behalf, and I'm just gonna send them very nice, clean, neat profile. Imagine you're going on a first date and you know exactly background of this person, their aspirations in life or at work, how they envision the future. Do they want to have kids? They don't. Do they want to get married? They don't. But most importantly, you can rest assured that their intentions are pure, that they are not just wasting your time. So this is the safety and security that matchmaking provides, that sometimes it feels that you can't even put a price tag on it. So clients are really, really appreciative towards this service because they can see how much of a value and the time it saves them and energy.
To me, so you talked about how you bring up your clients to other people. So you'll say this person is this and that, and share all the positive aspects about them. But do you sometimes have the other side where people come to you and you're like, I can't really help you, or like, we don't match this, I don't like this energy, I can't help you with what you're looking for, or do you always try to find anything for anyone?
I'm so happy that I have the privilege of choosing the clients that I want to work with. Um, Quite recently, it happened to me that I came across a client that he was looking for. Well, throughout our conversation, I found out and came to the root why he reached out to a matchmaker because he wanted to have like a golden ticket. As long as I'm gonna pay, this lady, she's gonna find me whoever I want. And what he was looking for is someone of a certain nationality so they can marry. So he has a quick way to that country. And when I
Mm.
found out, I was like, I'm sorry, I can't really support you in this because I'm here to support people that are looking for real love, real deal, real relationships. And he was like, but I can pay you. I was like, no, thank you. I I really, really am happy that I can choose people that I can work with and they are genuine and their intentions are pure.
So for someone like you who's seen so many different cases, does it become more of a system in your head? It's no longer these random sparks, but you know exactly that this is going to work because I've seen this before. I know that these two people will match for X, Y reasons.
As much as I have now years of experience, every potential match or match that I put together is teaching me something new. And every time I learn something new about connections between people, because there is no such thing as two same people in the world, right? So every client is special and unique in a different way, and they have different life story and a background and what they're looking for. So the beautiful thing about it is for me that I have developed the intuition that is able to tell me this is gonna work or this is not gonna work. Like if yesterday I contacted a client and I presented to her very nice profile of my male client, and she was like, "Yes, it's a nice profile. We are definitely matched on a paper. I'm not sure about the age." As long as I didn't feel, my intuition was that I didn't feel the spark, not spark. I didn't feel even that she would come with an enthusiasm. She would come from a duty because Mia, she provided me a match that is perfect on the paper. I was like, let's not push it.
Mm.
I'm not gonna put two people on a date just because I can do a check. I really want to make sure that when I send two people on a date is because it truly feels aligned. And this is something that in any kind of a job, especially when you work with people, you develop throughout the time with the experience.
So let me ask you about the business itself. It's a service business. You're coaching people, you're talking to people. So where do you see this going? Because you have 24 hours in your day, all right? As active as you may be, Mia, like your time is still limited. How do you want to, how do you see this going the next couple of years?
This is a question that I keep thinking about every single day because if you don't grow your business, then you're stagnating, right? As of now, in my company, I am doing the matchmaking by myself and the coaching as well. As of now, I am still managing because I still have a team behind me, assistants that are supporting me. However, with time, I know it has to come where I will have to find someone and train them to help me out so the company can grow with the number of the respective matchmakers. With that, as you can see, everything is AI driven. And if you're not using AI at your work, you're kind of standing behind. So I'm also now currently in a beginning of the stage of developing an app. It's not, I don't really want to share too much, but it's not going to be a dating app. It's not going to be a matchmaking app, but it's going to be something new, something for men, and something that is not on the market yet. So I'm very excited about it.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're saying this. All right. It sounds like you're someone with a plan. And
Mm.
you know what? Maybe I can end with this. You've been in Dubai now for almost a decade, right? You said you came in 2015.
2016. It will
16.
be 10 years.
So almost 10 years. And I wonder, do you feel like you made the right decision after 10 years?
I would never ever regret it. I would never ever change anything. As much as you look back and you feel like I could have done this differently, we all been there and done that and thought this way. I think that everything was perfectly designed to make those choices at those times, at those places that made me to be here and gave me the possibility to work with amazing people and to help them and to help actually more and more people because I believe that I'm still young and I can still achieve more. And I would really love to see as many people, single people and couples, as happy as possible.
Yeah, I love the energy and the passion. I love your parcours. Started from,
Thank you.
what you could have achieved and your dreams evolved as you went. And now with what you just told me, it means like you're still pushing to higher highs. So I really appreciate this. Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for doing this. It was really fun talking to you.
Thank you so much, Anton, for having me. I really had a great time.